Had you ever had this problem where you're playing a 2D game and this happens? What you're kidding? I hate 2D games. Oh, why can't I use my hands instead of flimsy mouse and keyboard? Ah! Well, Boneworks is just for you. Wanna know why? Because you use your hands instead of keyboard and mouse. Isn't that wonderful? And also, this game has one thing that most games don't have. Physics! Holy, there's physics in a VR game? Well, yes, there is. Yeah. So, FYI, I'm using a modded version of Boneworks, which means that I have a better camera mod, and that's it. What that means is that you can see me third person, and also have a better first person view. Now, let's get into this review and see a not insane person talk to nothingness and review a game about Boneworks.
This game's music makes you feel like you're in a fever dream. Every zone you're in, medieval, sewer, the music fits perfectly. Different music starts playing as soon as you start fighting against Mythos guards, stating their threat. If you're wondering, Boneworks' well-played music is made by Michael Wickoff. I recommend listening to his music since they're wonderful. With one review points out of the way, let's get to the threats. Enemies are the main point of a combat game. Even in VR games, developers can't handle themselves and try to make a PvP or PvE game. In Boneworks, the nobody, while idle and not already in combat, will sleep while standing. These guys are also common. They throw weak punches and they are easily defeated by a simple stab or headshot. Other enemies can vary in different types of attacks, such as weapons, fists, leaps, and magic. These different types of enemies make the game feel more alive and feel like you're not fighting a singular group. I'm kinda getting sick of this level. Talking about levels, let's get into the levels are important for gaming. It's the world you're standing in, looking at, and playing in. These levels make you feel like you're in some type of otherworldly place. Something I like about the levels is that they are filled with different pathways and secrets that you can find. The enemy placements also make the level feel more alive, and the way they're placed makes it feel natural to some extent. Such as this scene here. You can see a couple of nobodies fighting off these virtual realities while the VVRs try to latch onto their heads. Which, if you think about it, they're in a warehouse where they conduct experiments in the world of Mythos. I think this is really cool detail that the Stress Level 0 team did. Now that we went over some aspects of the game, now we should get technical with it. We should talk about the graphics in Boneworks is just amazing. So amazing, in fact, that it lags my computer. But my computer is pretty bad, and I'm too poor to buy a new computer since I bought a green screen. Though, even with low settings, the game still looks amazing to look at and also play in. It just feels like I just logged into virtual world of Mythos to start off my day. On second thought, I've heard many countless complaints about Half-Life Alyx not being immersive because of the floating hands, which I still don't get. But luckily for those floating hands haters out there, our boy Ford has a full body in the world of Mythos. Wait, bodies? Doesn't that have physics and... Oh boy, the mechanics are very hard to talk about. Lots of physics involved. While we're on the topic of this, fun fact, Boneworks was made in the Unity engine. Crazy, right? Anyways, our body has collision everywhere. You can climb even without grabbing something. Even our head has collision. Ford can hit butt enemies, which is fun until your headset flies off, but it's worth it. But we should get into the equipment more. Gun mechanics are interesting. If you put your magazine next to an inserted mag, then it'll pop out, and you'll be able to put another magazine into it. Or you can use a quick menu and hover over and select the inject mag option, which honestly sucks. That's why people prefer grabbing the mag out or just smacking the held magazine into the inserted one. Same, I did just mention the quick menu. The quick menu is really good in my opinion. It has your scenes that you can go to, you can check your inventory, which I'll go to soon, and we have our good old settings. All these menus are self-explanatory, so I'll move on to the inventory. The inventory is also really good. Sometimes the back pocket slot is a little janky, but it's still good to use. Iron 2 shoulder slots can hold heavier weapons, like sledgehammers, ARs, shields, swords, baseball bats, and many more. The 2 shoulder slots can also hold lighter items still, but it's not worth when you have an AR. Also, you have 2 lighter slots. They're on your side of the torso and they can't hold heavy items, but can hold reliable items, such as pistols, knives, tools, and key items. But if you want, you can use the menu and go to the inventory and grab or put items there, which I think is a great problem solver for grabbing stuff that you can't grab since you're in a hurry. Let's get going.
Hello, it's me again. I just wanted to get out of the game world for a second and talk about modding. Modding is a great way to expand your game's lifespan. Whether it's a multiplayer game, single player game, anything, it can really help users express their ideas on their favorite game they love. I recommend watching a YouTube video on how to install R2 Mod. So, with that being... What's that sound? Oh no, they found me. The modding cops. I'll be right back.
After 9 years in development,